Bros. This is the All Bros podcast. I am Jonathan,
And I'm Caleb.
and we are a couple of aspiring filmmakers that love to watch and critique movies, but also enjoy a bit of the nerd life. This week on the podcast, we'll be talking about some adventures in hunting. Some pops are coming out that we are really looking forward to.
Yeah, excited's an understatement.
That's true. Very true. Like, there's one that, like, if I don't get my hands on, I will literally cry. Then we got no new Blu-rays this coming out this week, sadly. But we got some I'd say really cool sneak peeks this week. We got a crap ton of trailers to talk about. And then we got our main event of the evening, which will be our breakdown of, which is considered to a lot of people one of the greatest movies of all time. I'd say so. Wouldn't you say so?
I'd say so.
Okay. Our breakdown of Pulp Fiction. So.
Yeah, if you want to explain what happened with Bumblebee.
Oh, so Tuesday, right? Wasn't it Tuesday that we went out?
We
yeah,
tried.
Yeah, we tried. So July 5th, not July. Oh my gosh, I'm really failing tonight. January 15th on Tuesday, me and Caleb met up and we were planning to go see Bumblebee, but the Orem one was like completely filled. Like all that was left was the front row, so we're like, screw that. So we checked out the Provo one, and we're like, okay, the seats are there's still some pretty good seats left. So we were going to, see it there, but then we went to the Orem Mall and like kind of got sidetracked with eating and going to like a couple stores. So like by the time we looked at our phones, we're like, well, shit, it's 7:05, and the movie starts in 10 minutes. Yeah, there's no way we're making it to Provo. So we tremendously apologize about that. But we promise that we will review Bumblebee, just not like probably more so when it comes out on Blu-ray. That's probably when we're gonna review it.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a while. Because we got a lot of other plans that we're not going to be sharing anymore. Because we're unreliable with that shit.
Yeah, we really are. So for the most part, our main events of a certain podcast will probably be kept hush-hush. Unless it's something we've been hyping up for months, like...
Yeah. Like, next week is going to be Spiderman PS4.
Yeah. And
for sure, no matter what.
Yes.
As long as you finish the game.
If I have to YouTube the ending, I will do it. No, I'll finish it, don't worry.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. What do you say? Oh, so... I totally forgot to touch upon this. There is no Through the Wall news this week, right?
Negative.
Okay, so yeah, it's kind of a dry week when it comes to that. But so what do you say we jump in?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, so this week, with Adventures in Hunting, we got quite a bit of pops coming out in the next couple months. We got our Avengers Endgame leaks. I don't know how many were leaked. How many? I only saw the 3.
We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 leaks.
Damn, is that like the whole like series basically?
I doubt it. Not with how popular this movie's going to be.
True.
Because Infinity War only they had a shit ton.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
So these are just leaks.
Yeah.
So these aren't going to be coming out in the next couple weeks or anything.
Yeah,
I expect them coming out.
They'll probably come out like maybe middle of March. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking early April.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't even remember when the Infinity War line dropped.
They said that the Infinity line leaks.
Yeah.
They leaked around the same time.
Yeah.
That they did last year, since the dates kind of is matching up.
Yeah.
I don't know when the Infinity War ones actually came out. I do know it was before the movie.
Oh yeah, they always do.
And
I'm just
we got lied to a lot with the Funko stuff, because that damn Hulk busting out of the Hulkbuster one, lie.
Yeah.
I'm still bitter about that.
Yeah,
shit.
I was gonna say Caleb's still bitter about that. Unless Hulk does something really, really cool in Endgame, I don't think Caleb's gonna get over that.
He freaking better.
All right, so a couple of those that we got. We got Captain Marvel, which Caleb says she looks a little weird. Is that what she said?
The hair looks a little different than the other ones.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just like and
I don't
more
know.
aged.
I mean, this is like a leaked photo, so I feel like when they release the actual stock photo, it'll probably look a little different.
Probably.
So, we also got Captain America, which he is not holding a shield, is he?
Nope.
Yeah, he's just like literally just has his arm in front of him.
Yeah, like he should be holding a shield.
Yeah. I don't get that. And then my favorite of the batch is we got Ronan, which he's actually holding his bow. He's not holding a sword.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, maybe like the sword is only used like when like Black Widow finds him in, and then like he maybe like
Reverts back
to the bow and arrow, which I'm perfectly fine with because I prefer Clint Barton to use a bow, but I guess we'll find out. And oh, thank you, gracias. And then we got Tony Stark, which what is he? Oh, ooh, is that the Ooh, what tech is it? The suit?
the nanotech.
Yeah, there it is.
It looks like it could be.
Okay, because I'm like seeing the A on his left pec, so I'm assuming that's what that is. And then we got Thanos in his full armor, which looks awesome, and he's holding his a kind of sword. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. It
Okay.
looks like it could be like a rod, because he's
Yeah,
not
that-
holding it like a sword.
That's true. He's not. And then we got Iron Man. Or wait, is that Iron Man or War Machine? Because it looks like he has a gun on his shoulder.
Oh, I didn't notice that. It could be War Machine.
I'm thinking it's probably War Machine.
Yeah, these pictures are super fuzzy and have writing over them, so
Yeah.
a lot of these are just guesses. Like
And
they're
then we
not
got
super clear.
and then we got Thor holding Stormbreaker, but he has a shaved head. It looks like.
Yeah, it kind of does. Like
Or like
I
a
didn't
buzz
actually
cut.
think about that. I thought that maybe it was his hair slicked back, like he grew it back out, and then he just kind of like slicked it backward.
I don't know, because in the trailer he still has like the regular hair, so there's absolutely
Well,
no
that's
way.
probably because this is Avengers Endgame is supposed to the majority of it's supposed to take place a couple years after Infinity War. So
Oh.
maybe those scenes are like immediately after.
Okay, good point.
Just a guess. Because they seem pretty distraught for it being a couple years.
I mean, wouldn't you still be distraught if like most of your friends vanished before your eyes?
I mean, I would, but I think I wouldn't be like crying like Cap if after a couple years. I think I'd just be extremely depressed.
Yeah, okay, fair. And then we got Hulk wearing, I don't know what he's wearing, and this really makes Caleb mad. Calm down.
He's wearing some like stupid shit. I don't even know how else to describe it. I hate when they put Hulk in clothes other than his shorts. The only thing he needs are his shorts. Maybe some like maybe a little longer, so maybe like really short capris, but that's it. That's all he should ever wear.
Like, can he at least wear socks?
No, he can't wear socks. Stop
uh,
asking stupid questions.
And then we got Black Widow holding her batons with a ponytail.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm excited to see her go back to redhead.
I am too. And then we got Ant-Man, and I'm assuming probably a Quantum Realm suit, maybe? Or do you think that's just his regular?
That looks like just as regular.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder how they're going to differentiate that from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And then I'm assuming that's Nebula, right?
Yeah, it kind of has some funky stuff going on with the eye, so I'm assuming it's.
So yeah, that's gotta be Nebula. So that's probably, I don't know if like that's the whole series, but that's the ones that we've gotten so far from Avengers Endgame. And then we also got some Zoolander pops coming out, which I've never seen Zoolander.
I watched the first one.
How is it?
It was all right. It was kind of like super dumb.
But like in a good way? Like was it good dumb? That's
It was
not
kind
good.
of a dumb.
Okay. So with that we got. I don't know the name of the character, so I'm just gonna say the actor's name. Is that
Yeah.
okay? Okay. So we got Ben Stiller's character in a and I don't know what kind
Well,
of pose that
Ben
is.
Stiller's character is Zoolander.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Does
Like
that count?
I didn't think that was his. So I don't know what pose that is. It's just kind of a look at me running down the walkway
There you
pose.
go. All right. And then I'm assuming that's Owen Wilson's character.
Yep.
Okay.
And his Victoria's Secret angel wings.
I love it. And then we got Will Ferrell's character, and then on his shirt it says Mugatu or Mugatu.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't
Um,
know. I don't know if that's his name or not.
okay. And so his regular, the common version of that is him just standing, in just like a simple pose. But then the chase is him holding his dog. So, yeah. So do you plan on picking any of those up?
Zoolander? No.
Oh.
Not
I
planning
might
on it.
I might pick up just the Zoolander pop because I love Ben Stiller and I love that pose. I don't know. I think that looks really cool. So I will probably pick him up.
Yeah. There's not a ton from any of these that I'm planning on getting. Well, of course I'm getting Hulk.
Of course.
And I'm hoping that they don't freaking screw me again with all the ones that they released at one time.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was a freaking nightmare.
He
And
still
all of them were
hasn't
movie
come.
moments too.
Yeah, I know, right?
It was just like balls.
And then we also got a Dr. Seuss Funko Pop coming out of the man himself, which looks awesome because he is holding a copy of The Cat in the Hat.
That's the best.
I know, right?
Did you actually know what he looked like before this?
Yeah.
Did you?
Mhm.
Oh, maybe I'm just a loser. I didn't know what he looked like.
Well, I mean, I could have told you that. Just kidding. I feel they did a good job. I'd say that looks close to Dr. Seuss.
I wouldn't know. I haven't looked up like a real picture of him.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
I'll have to show you after, because I don't know. Now I want to compare them. Yeah, I'll have to compare them. But I still want the pop, definitely.
The pop's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish I had a bigger connection with his books because I didn't read a lot of his books.
Dude, you did?
I was more of a Peanuts reader.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, dude, I more so read Dr. Seuss than Peanuts.
Yeah, I read a lot of Peanuts and Calvin and Hobbes growing up.
Captain Underpants?
No.
Damn.
Coy read a lot of Captain Underpants. I
Boy,
didn't.
Coy. Okay, well, so you didn't read How the Grinch Stole Christmas as a kid?
Not every Christmas. I do remember reading it a couple Christmases at school.
What about The Cat in the Hat?
Cat in the Hat. I think I was a lot older before I read that.
What?
Yeah.
That's like one. That's like literally his like go-to book whenever someone wants to start reading a Dr. Seuss book. What about Horton Hears a Who?
Horton Hears a Who. I didn't read that until after I saw the movie.
Green Eggs and Ham?
Green Eggs and Ham I knew.
Okay. The Lorax.
I still don't think I've read The Lorax.
Have you seen the
movie?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, which movie? Well, okay, they're both animated. But the original animated one or the Illumination one?
Oh, I wish it was the original animated one.
Yeah, because that one's actually really damn good. Hey, at least they came back. They redeemed themselves. In my opinion, with the Grinch. So, at least there's that.
Yeah.
And then our last pop that is coming out very, very soon is the Amazon exclusive 10-inch of, I would just say Giant Man. I don't think you really want to say Ant-Man. It's really Giant Man.
Yeah.
And I've actually already pre-ordered this pop, and I'm like really fearful that it's going to come in shitty condition. And because Caleb didn't want to and because Caleb didn't want to do a pre-order, he said if it comes in shitty condition, he'll buy it off of me.
Yep.
Oh.
Dude, that'd be a pretty cool thing to do. I think I'm gonna put my
Then
Ant-Man.
why don't you just pre-order it?
Well, because I'm pretty confident it's going to come in a shitty box.
But if you pre-order one, then we have a 1 in 2 chance, whatever, that one comes in good condition,
Yeah,
and
well,
I just get the better one.
I have a bit of a monetary issue right now.
Oh, okay. All right, fair.
Yeah, what the things that I have in my Amazon cart and the amount of money I have in my my bank account aren't matching up right now.
Dude, I feel you there. Dude, the biggest thing that sold me on this is like, that Amazon doesn't charge you until it ships. I'm like, thank you. Thank
Dude, that's
you.
a pretty.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think when does it come out? Like March something?
All the way in March?
I think so. Uh-oh. What did I just do?
Made Brielle mad at me.
I do that on a daily basis. Let's face that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
it comes out March 2nd, and I'll get it by March 5th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many pops that I've snuck in my collection, and then Brielle will notice. Like, I swear she won't, and I'm like, nah, she's not gonna notice. She's not gonna notice, and then she'll be like, when'd you get that one? And I'm like, Rose is a shitty friend.
Damn, way to throw me under the bus.
You said I could.
That's true, I did.
I'm like, well, okay, this is how it went. I tried telling Rose I couldn't do it. I'm like, no, my wife will be mad. And then he's like, just do it. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, you didn't put up more of a fight? And I'm like, no, he's my friend. He wouldn't lead me astray like that. But he totally would.
I'm just kidding. Does she still hold Spider-Man against me?
Yes, she does.
Okay, that's fair. That one's fair, because that's a pretty expensive purchase.
Yep.
So, yeah. I can deal with that one.
Yeah.
But the other ones we got to talk about. Like, holding me responsible for like a $9 pop. Like, really?
Well, I'm trying to think of which ones I came home with, and she's like, when'd you get those? Banner turning into Hulk.
I did not talk you into that.
No, but you didn't try to turn me
Stop
against
you
it either.
Oh my gosh.
And Holiday Hulk. I think all the other ones.
Okay, I hate you. Yeah, okay. At least, okay, I only got 2. I'll take it. All right.
I'm sure there's a few others in
yeah,
here
I'm
somewhere.
sure there is. I'm like honestly trying to look right now. Oh, another one, Doctor Strange.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, when we went to Payson.
Yeah. All right. Shall we jump into this week's sneak peeks?
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, so with this week's sneak peeks, the first one we got is the biggest trailer of the week, and that is the first trailer for Spider-Man: Far From Home, which, like I told Caleb, I didn't think I would miss Tom Holland this much as Spider-Man, but I really did. It's so great to have him back.
Oh, it's amazing.
I love him so much as Spider-Man.
Yeah, this was an interesting trailer.
It really was.
I think it threw a lot of people off. At least people that aren't familiar with the character of Mysterio.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know a lot about Mysterio, so like when Jake Gyllenhaal just like appeared, I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. Like I thought like he always had to wear the fishbowl. I didn't think that he could actually take it off.
So he usually doesn't.
Oh.
At least not in the things that I've seen him in.
Yeah.
Because I haven't read a lot of Spider-Man comics with Mysterio in them. I have that Marvel Unlimited app, and I kind of just kept that going after I stole that first month free code from you.
Yeah, you ass. Just kidding.
Yeah, so they do have like a reading list of stuff that you can read to learn up more on that character. So I might read that.
All that I saw from Jake Gyllenhaal, even though it was like literally one line, I loved. But it's because he's a great actor.
I like that we got to see him in the fishbowl.
That was awesome. And who was he fighting? Who's that supposed to
So
be?
I think it's Hydro Man.
Oh.
So Spider-Man. Okay. So needs a little backstory. Mysterio. So I've been telling people this, but I was wrong. Mysterio.
Caleb wrong?
Yeah. So I had to go back and listen to something to get the full story. So I'm not 100% wrong. I was just there's
you're
a
still
little bit of
wrong.
information that was wrong.
But you're still wrong.
So Mysterio, he's a Hollywood stuntman that also specializes in like special effects or practical in his case, like because he can make stuff that you can record and film.
Yeah.
One of the best in the business, but he didn't feel that he was getting enough credit. So he thought that the best way to gain notoriety was by taking down a superhero, and he just happened to decide it was Spider-Man. And then
That is
try to frame
interesting.
Spider-Man for something. Try to pull off to the public that he was the hero, or he was a hero named Mysterio to take down Spider-Man. But then Spider-Man ended up revealing Mysterio's tricks, and he ended up growing like this hate for Spider-Man and turned into a villain. So it looks
Okay, if they like actually like dive into that backstory, I'm really intrigued.
right. So the creatures that we saw, because there was that Earth one, the fire demon looking thing, and then the water guy. Those, if I'm not mistaken, are called the elementals. And what or the one in the water is supposed to be called Hydro Man. My personal guess, and I'm pretty confident on this, is that Mysterio is going to start off as a hero. I think it's going to be revealed that the elementals are his creation.
Okay.
Because I don't think they're going to dive into who the Hydro Man is and all the other elementals, because I think they're actual people. So I don't think they're going to try doing the Spider-Man 3 thing. I think they're just going to be
please don't.
yeah. I
Don't
think
take
that
anything
they're
from Spider-Man 3.
I think that they're just going to try pulling off that Mysterio's illusions, or that's a special effect that he created to make people think he's a hero. And then Spider-Man and Shield are going to expose him, and then he's going to be like, "F you, Spider-Man," and go after Spidey.
Ooh.
That's my guess on how
That's
this
a
is going to
really
go.
good guess. That would make a lot of sense.
Right?
I don't want to know how much his production budget it is then.
I don't think it'd be too much. Not any more than a normal Spider-Man film.
No, not the film. Like Mysterio's production budget.
Oh, on the Hydro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, he pulls off some like crazy ass illusions and tricks and shit. Like he's done stuff where Spider-Man's gone to hit something
Yeah.
and like gone through it, and he's just like, "Oh, like these are all fake," and then one of them's like it's not real. It's like a robot.
Wasn't that kind of because it was completely fake? Didn't that like happen in like one scene of the new Spider-Man game? Like this person kind of does that like in the Hall of Mirrors kind of thing. Like she's they're effing with Spider-Man dressed as Mysterio, and then like he almost breaks their helmet.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. He goes to punch. It goes through the or like Mysterio does like snakes. So there'll be like two snakes. He goes to hit one of the snakes, and he like flies through it, and he's like, "Oh, these snakes are fake." And then one of the other snakes is just like a robot one, but it looks like a real snake.
Huh.
And then it'll like bite him and grab him, and he's just like, "Ah, shit." I'm excited to see Mysterio in action. I loved seeing him in action, like fighting Hydro Man.
Oh, he looked great.
Oh,
I'm really glad that when it comes to like the MCU Spider-Man, they're not reusing any villains. I love that they're diving like deeper into Spider-Man's lore of villains, and I really really appreciate that.
I hope eventually that they kind of backtrack into previous.
I do too. I mean, I really want to see another Green Goblin and Doc Ock. As much as I loved Willem Dafoe and Alfred Molina as the two I consider to be the best Spider-Man villains, I
Hmm.
definitely want to see a different version of them.
It'd be really cool to see them kind of backtrack and then like go in reverse of how we saw them. So
Yeah,
like go backwards and then we get to see Venom, Tom Hardy's Venom,
that'd be
come
really
in
interesting.
and see like Sandman, and then go to Doc Ock, and then go to Green Goblin.
Would you want to bring Electro into it?
Um, I really dig the design of Electro from the PS4 game.
I do too. I thought he looked fantastic.
Yeah, I liked how his face was just like deformed to look like the mask,
Yeah,
and I think that that could work in a
like
MCU movie.
seeing that and then comparing it to the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I'm sorry, it puts that version of Electro to shame.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it does. And I don't think Amazing Spider-Man 2 was not Jamie Foxx's at all. I thought he did the best that he could with the material that he was given. But yeah, in Spider-Man PS4, Electro is way better.
Yeah.
A lot better.
Um, I don't know if I want to see Electro like right off the bat. I
What
think
about
I don't know, maybe
what
like a
about
side character.
what about Rhino and Scorpion?
I want to see Scorpion, and I
Yes.
want to see a decent Rhino. But I'm trying to think of how
I feel Rhino is like so hard to do.
he is.
Yeah, Scorpion's not that bad, but Rhino is probably, if not the hardest Spider-Man villain to put onto the screen, big screen, and make it still look believable and work.
Yeah. Like I don't think you could throw in um the Rhino from the Spider-Man PS4 game at all cuz
Nah,
that dude's just huge.
yeah,
That's
and it worked
unrealistic.
perfectly for that game. But yeah, I don't think it would really work for like the MCU.
I don't think a giant rhino could work. But I do think that a big guy,
Yeah,
maybe just like maybe a little bit smaller or maybe even the same size as the Juggernaut in Deadpool 2.
okay.
I don't think a giant freaking rhino would work, but I do think
Yeah,
like
that
just a slightly grown.
yeah, that could work. I could see that.
Yeah. Like I could see that working. But the suit is I don't know how you'd pull the suit off.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like would you want to do a mechanical? You can't go overly realistic mechanical
No,
like
you
you did
can't.
with what's his face in Amazing
Paul
Spider-Man
Giamatti.
2. Yeah. You can't do that suit. That looked like a full freaking rhino. Just robot. You can't do that.
No.
Um I think more of a covered up for like a smaller, tighter, compact version of the PS4 Rhino would work. Maybe more covered up suit.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. What I liked seeing. So you remember when we were talking about the stealth suit that we got pictures of?
Yeah.
Did you notice that section of his suit that we were talking about the logo,
Yeah.
the little circle thing that was kind of blurred out or covered up or whatever? That wasn't on his suit.
I didn't actually notice that. I wasn't looking
I
for
wonder if they covered that up.
from all the backlash.
No, I wondered
Or-
if they covered
or
it
maybe
up
not the
to like
backlash.
hide it.
That could, yeah.
Like it's a
I could
Thor's
see-
eye situation.
I could see that. No, let's not talk about that.
Why he's still better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I love seeing the stealth suit though. It was kind of weird. Like I didn't know what was going on with him. He just kind of moved his head and then his eyes were there.
Yeah, right.
Like what was underneath it?
I admit it's kind of cool seeing Aunt May like know that Peter is Spider-Man. That was funny. And then Happy trying to hit on her.
Mm-hmm.
Peter's reaction's the best. What just happened?
I liked. Did you see the international trailer?
Yeah, with the whole banana thing.
The banana thing.
Uh,
That would freak me the hell out.
I know,
And I
right?
don't I don't get how other people didn't see him or see that in his suitcase.
I know, right? Yeah.
That'd be funny. It's like they're my pajamas. And they're like,
Can you refer me to your seamstress? Because this is top-notch work. This is basically what Spider-Man wears. I know.
dude, he could easily do that. He could just like slip it on and see it doesn't even fit. That'd be pretty great.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, I'm excited for this movie.
I am too. What because I know we were talking Tuesday about like the whole like Mary Jane thing. Like
Oh my gosh.
like her name's Michelle, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Like Caleb's like, I wonder why she's like named MJ. Like, why do they call her that? Like, I swear, if her name is Michelle Jane, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Oh my gosh. I might literally walk out of the theater and then just go see it another day when I've calmed down.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Yeah, that would bug. Like, so she seems a little bit more natural in this one. Or is
Yeah.
her acting, Zendaya's acting.
Yeah.
I have nothing against Zendaya as a person,
Yeah.
but she bugs the living hell out of me, and I don't know why.
Which I think I'm like the complete opposite. I think she's a pretty good actress. So I don't know. She doesn't bug me at all.
She's super Disney Channel for me.
That's
At least her acting.
See,
As a
that's the thing,
person,
like, I
she's
kinda
super cool.
Yeah.
Like every interview I've seen, I'm just like, damn, she's just like super like a down to earth person. Why do I hate her? Because
So you hated her in The Greatest Showman too? I think you
Oh
said
my
that.
gosh, I couldn't stand that
I'll
stuff.
fully admit I liked her a lot better in Spider-Man: Homecoming than I did in The Greatest Showman.
Agreed.
Like I don't know. I like seeing her like act kind of like the funny one, like the comedic role, and like it's like kind of like her being serious though, but it's still funny. I think she pulled it off well. But like in The Greatest Showman, she was like kind of like all serious and just like, oh, like we can't be together and all this, I
Getting
don't know.
butthurt over everything.
Yeah, it didn't work for me.
Yeah. But from what I saw in this, because she bugged the living hell out of me in the trailers for Spider-Man: Homecoming,
Yeah,
I actually liked her a little bit better in this.
she was really good. She had some really funny lines.
I mean, even though she wasn't in there very long.
Yeah, but I mean, like I feel she had more lines than Luke didn't. Ned, didn't she have a lot
Yeah,
more
well,
lines?
Ned got shot in the neck with
That's
a
true.
trank.
That's true. That caught me by surprise. I'm like, what the shit?
Yeah, I thought he was like dead. I was just
Yeah.
like, you're gonna spoil that someone kills him in the trailers? That's ballsy. And then Nick Fury shows up and I'm like, oh shit.
I love his reaction. So is he gonna be okay? I mean, you might want to turn him on his back so he doesn't swallow his own tongue.
Dude, Samuel Jackson can do no wrong.
he can't. He really can't. Oh, I love him. And didn't he like say that he would be more than happy to play Nick Fury for like the next 10 years?
I don't know if that's
I think
true
he
or not,
did.
but
Like
that would
he's-
be amazing.
He wants to play for as long as he can. I think.
I am 100% down
Oh,
with
me
that.
too. Oh,
Dude, if I was Kevin Feige, I'd be like, can we get that in writing?
right?
Oh, that's going to be great.
But no, like I've watched this trailer probably about like 5 times, and like every time I watch it, I love it even more. I think it's a really, really good trailer, and I am stoked for July. I cannot wait for this movie. And I know a lot of people are mad that this trailer came out because it kind of spoils that Peter Parker lives in Endgame, but I'm honestly okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm iffy. I'm still a little like, eh.
What do you mean?
So we don't know if this is the Peter Parker that we know. This could be one from a different dimension, for all we know.
Why do you always have to do that? You always gotta ruin shit.
Ruin shit.
I'm just kidding. I think everything's fine. Peter lived. Like almost all of them come back to life. But no, you have to throw in the other dimension shit.
You never know. It could be, or it could end up being that way.
It wasn't it on the poster. It says the date that it happens.
What date happens?
It proves that it takes place after Infinity, or not Infinity War, Endgame.
I was like, it can't take place after Infinity War.
You get that for now?
That Peter Parker's freaking dust.
Okay, never mind. You can't even see it. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna disregard whatever I just said. I swear I saw something like that, but it's not working for me right now.
Anyway. Next trailer?
Yeah, next up is the Prodigy, which literally sounds like an upcoming rapper, but it's a movie about a little kid that is a little bit psychotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I am too. The biggest reason why, and I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a good horror movie, but the biggest reason why is Jack. No, that's not his name. But the kid that played Georgie in 2017 version of It is playing the main kid in this one, and I think he's a really good actor for being how young he is, and especially seeing how he that whole scene of him getting his arm ripped off and getting dragged into the sewer. I thought I almost wanted to cry when I first saw that scene. My mouth was wide open because I did not see that coming. I did not expect them to actually do that in the movie. So just his acting in that part and his acting throughout the rest of the movie, and especially at the ending, when he's tells Billy I want to go home and everything, and Bill's I miss you too, but you're not my brother, and just seeing how he, just the emotion between those two, and then him actually shooting his own brother, but it turns out it's actually Pennywise, just proves that the kids that were in this movie are for being how young they are tremendous actors. These are some of the best kid actors I've seen in quite a long time. And so seeing this kid that played Georgie in a movie that basically he's the lead role, I'm very excited to see where they can take him.
Yeah, I'm excited because I'm super interested into the psychopath psyche. That's why I liked You Better Watch Out.
Yeah,
because that was awesome.
That's a fun Christmas movie.
It is a pretty
totally messed up way.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So I have a feeling that I'm going to enjoy The Prodigy too.
When it comes out in March, right?
I want to say, I don't know.
It's one of those. But
I know it comes out soon.
I'll probably catch it on $5 Tuesday. I won't pay full price for it.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same.
Yeah. But I just hope it doesn't rely on jump scares. That's all I care about.
Oh my gosh.
Because I am so sick and tired of studios relying on jump scares for scary movies. It's the cheapest scare in the book.
Yep.
Absolute cheapest. All right, let's move on to the next preview, which is the trailer for The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. It's that's quite a name for a movie.
Mm-hmm. Quite the mouthful. But Sam Elliott's in it.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's doing stunts, and that's freaking impressive.
It does. So Caleb literally showed me this trailer 20 minutes before we started recording, and I'm kind of just on it. I'm not really that interested in this movie. I probably won't go see it in theaters. I might catch it on Netflix or something like that.
I'll probably do the same, 100%, being 100% honest. I mean, unless there's a really good deal on a matinee or something. But I kind of like the concept of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. But I mean, like the only reason I'd really want to go see it is just because of Sam Elliott, like you said, that he's a great actor. So
Yeah. So in this, it's just the dude that killed Hitler, and
yeah,
then he gets asked by the FBI to hunt down Bigfoot and kill them, and
it's quite a story.
it's a weird
It is
concept,
like
but it kind of works.
it does. I can agree, but it's like just like weird, like because in the trailer, doesn't he like literally just walk into Hitler's office and shoot him point blank?
Yeah,
Okay,
but it looks like he was disguised.
yeah, that's true. It did, but yeah, like that caught me by surprise. I'm like, oh shit, I was expecting Hitler to like maybe like be like talking to his people and then just get like a headshot from somewhere like a sniper.
That'd be badass.
That would be an awesome way to kill Hitler. Um, I don't know. This is like totally going off tangent, but you haven't seen the show Dads, right?
No.
Okay, I'll have to like show you the first episode. But so the two main guys are video game creators, and they're pitching this new video game to these investors, and they're like, so we realized about the first Kill Hitler is that people really, really love killing Hitler. So in Kill Hitler 2, there are 42 other ways that you can kill Hitler. Like one is like you can hang Hitler. You can you can kill Hitler with a menorah. Just like all this random shit. I'm like, I kind of want to play this game.
Dude, that kind of sounds like Sniper Elite 4.
Yeah.
Because, so they have DLCs with different level packs. And you can play with people.
Mm-hmm.
They have a DLC. I think it's one of their biggest file size. I think it's like 2 gigs big. Like, that's the size and of the entire DLC. And the entire DLC is based around killing Hitler. The name of the DLC is Target Fuhrer. And you have like a billion ways you can kill Hitler. Like he's doing inspections of shit and like a submarine, and you shoot like the hook that the submarine's on, and then the submarine just falls on him.
Oh, that's fun. I would just love to like take an arrow to his head.
Right.
That'd make me very, very happy.
You could throw C4 in his soup. And so
What
he'll
the
go,
shit?
yeah. So he'll like bend down to like get a spoonful of soup, and then it just blows up in his face. But there's like a bunch of other shit that you can do to. Just...
That scene in Pulp Fiction kind of just came to my mind with that. You know what scene I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
In the car, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that one was great.
That was amazing.
But we will get to that later.
Yes, very, very soon.
So last trailer is the one you're super pumped for.
Yes. So this week it was announced that I don't know if it's going to be officially called this, but Ghostbusters 3 is officially happening. A third movie set in the original Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 timeline is officially happening. Literally nothing else has been said other than that. I believe that the original 3 are coming back. I don't know if it will be like for main roles, maybe just cameos. And I don't know if it's going to be like a passing on to the torch, like a new group like discovers the old Ecto or the Ecto 1, discovers the proton packs and discovers the firehouse, and then just brings back the company in full force, hopefully. But I completely don't know. But I'm excited to see what they do. The original director's son, Jason Reitman, is directing it, and
Sweet.
I know, and he has directed Juno, and what else has he directed?
Juno's pretty good.
It was. I really enjoyed that one.
We should do a Ghostbusters Dreamcast.
Yes, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I can high five you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't high five you over the monitor.
What is it?
As more of a high 3 with what I could reach.
Hey, it's like the Ninja Turtles, so that's what they say. High 3. What was it? Oh, Thank You for Smoking. I've heard that's a really
smoking.
Yeah, I've heard that's a really good movie. Up in the Air. Oh wait, some of these are he was just a producer. But yeah, I mean, biggest selling point to me is like Juno, because I love that movie. That is such a great movie.
That was a damn good movie.
And he's actually nominated for oh wait, what is he nominated for? He's been nominated for a couple awards. Either way, I think he's a very good choice to direct this movie.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm sure, being the son of Ivan Reitman, I'm sure he grew up in a household that Ghostbusters was talked about a lot and the ideas were thrown around. So I'm interested to see what he can bring to the Ghostbuster franchise. But so in this little teaser trailer, and I did not expect this. This just came out of nowhere. I woke up, I think it was Wednesday morning to this, and yeah, it like completely caught me off guard. So basically, it's you see a farmhouse, and you hear I think like there's lightning going on, but you hear something going on in the barn, and you hear I think it's like one of like one of the proton packs blasters like kind of going off, but like firing back a little bit. And so it starts like going. The camera starts moving into the barn house, and then you see a sheet, and like you can see like kind of like I don't know, like kind of like illuminated light, like ghost light, and it's very windy, and so there's a car covered in a tarp, and the tarp like blows up a little bit, and you see the Ecto One only a little bit with the Ghostbusters logo, and it says Ecto One on the license plate, of course, and then it says summer 2020 after that fades. So,
That's
yeah,
gonna be freaking great
I
if they
know.
bring all the originals back.
I'm so excited.
Because Dan Aykroyd's still alive.
Yes.
Bill Murray is obviously still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the last dude's name.
What's wrong with you?
I don't.
How can you
I wasn't
forget?
I wasn't as into Ghostbusters as you were.
But how can you forget Winston? Everyone forgets.
Well, I knew Winston. I don't remember the dude's real name.
It's Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, Hudson.
Hudson.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Him and Dan Aykroyd are like the two that like really wanted Ghostbusters 3 to happen, but I mean it never really did. Bill Murray was kind of like on the fence about like doing anything with it. I mean, I consider like
I
Ghostbusters.
bet Dan Aykroyd talked him into it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Dan Aykroyd's like still like the heart and soul of everything Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the closest thing we ever got to Ghostbusters 3 was Ghostbusters the video game, because it was awesome seeing every single Ghostbuster back. And it's sad that Harold Ramis passed away. He's truly missed every day. But I'm interested to see what direction that they take with this third one. This
Same
official Ghostbusters 3.
Well, you don't want to count the reboot?
I like the reboot. I feel like it's way too much shit. It's not that bad, but I will take this over that. I'm sorry.
Well, it should be. You're being rude.
Wow. You're just like literally every other internet troll.
It'd be really cool if they did like an official passing of the torch to the female Ghostbusters.
See, that's what they literally should have done with the. It shouldn't have been a reboot. It should have been like, oh,
The Ghostbusters daughters.
yeah, or like them like discovering the old firehouse, the old car, the proton, everything. Be like, oh, like let's try to start this business up again. I feel if they did that, fans wouldn't have been so bitter about this movie. Most fans weren't. It's just like sometimes the way that the Paul Feig, the some people working on the movie like reacted to how fans were responding, especially in like the movie, because they basically said that anyone that like hated it was sexist and were
Bloody hell.
I know, right?
Like, I wasn't a big fan of it, but I'm not sexist.
No, I'm not either. And basically, if you hated it, you were like some old guy that was still living in his parents' basement and just all this
Damn.
stuff. But yeah, I still enjoy it. Like it's not the worst reboot. Like Kate McKinnon is definitely like the best part of that whole movie. I love Holtzman's character.
Dude, she's the best thing of any movie.
That is a very good point. Very good point. I liked Melissa McCarthy. I liked Kristen Wiig, and I thought Leslie Jones did a great job as well. All four of them that were cast as the main Ghostbusters did a great job.
They did good with what they were given,
Yeah.
but as a whole, the movie wasn't on par with
No,
what
no, it wasn't.
they were doing.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm sad that we didn't get a sequel to it. I would have liked to see a sequel. But
Plot twist: this is the sequel.
uh, yeah, good luck explaining that to fans.
Dude, could you imagine if they made it like, if this was just like a huge prank, and like they made commercials and trailers for Ghostbusters 3 with the original Ghostbusters, and then everyone goes in and it's actually a sequel to the reboot. Holy shit.
I don't want to,
Dude, I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be like,
yeah, I know, right?
freaking.
I feel like people like I'd give it like 5 minutes into the movie before people started walking out, because people would just be like in like awe of like that is like the greatest marketing deploy I've ever seen. But screw you, Sony, I'm out.
Dude, I wouldn't even be mad at the money I'd lose if I was in
Yeah,
charge of Sony.
I would.
I'd be like, this is the greatest thing on planet Earth. We've been leading these people on for a year.
Oh, that'd be awful.
Oh my, that would be so great though.
Dude, that would be so awful to do, especially Ghostbuster fans.
I know. It'd be a real shitty thing. Like, I'd be mad if it was something like a Marvel thing.
Yeah. So
Like, if they were to do like the Far From Home and then it just be Tobey Maguire again. Like, I think I'd be a little pissed off, but I'd also be like, all right, let's see where this goes.
yeah, yeah, I feel you there.
So maybe that wasn't a great comparison.
It'd still be really funny though if they did that, but I don't think anybody could trust Sony ever again. If they ever did that, they might be out of business by the next day.
That'd be a great, like, if they were planning on closing their doors, they're just like, F it.
All right.
So
oh, sorry. What did you say?
Oh, we have rank which ones we more excited for.
So just because like it showed a lot, and I'm like really excited. Number 1, Spider-Man: Far From Home, I'd say. Number 2, Ghostbusters, of course. The only reason it's not number 1 is because it didn't really show anything. It showed Ecto 1. That's really it. But like, I absolutely love that. I think that's like the perfect way to show a teaser and get people excited.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, the Prodigy, and then number 4, the Man Who Killed Hitler, and then the Bigfoot.
So number 1 for me, same, Spider-Man: Far From Home. Number 2, I'm probably gonna give to the Prodigy.
You suck.
It's close. It's really close.
But it should go to Ghostbusters. Come on.
Ghostbusters is number 3, and then number 4 is the Man Who Killed Hitler, and then the Bigfoot.
You hate me. You hate me.
When you act like this, I do.
Sorry, I get better about Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So.
Shit. Okay. Now that Caleb has ruined my night with his placement.
Get over it, you baby.
No, I will never. What do you say we jump into the main event of the evening?
Let's do it.
All right.
Time for the main event. Let's play a game.
All right, so our main event of the evening is going to be our breakdown of Pulp Fiction, a movie that I sadly did not see until last night, and after watching it, I kicked myself in the ass for not watching it earlier, because this is a fantastic movie. Let me pull up a synopsis.
Yeah, so I watched it last week, and I also watched it yesterday. Watched it again. and I think it's better the second go around.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll have to watch it again then.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, the funny thing is, like,
Good.
I bought this on Blu-ray. I just never got around to watching it. But like, I don't know if they ever released like a steelbook or anything, but I kind of want that. Or if like they release it on 4K, I am so buying it.
It made that big of an impact on
Yeah, this is a great movie.
you. Yeah.
It's so good. All right, so here's the synopsis for Pulp Fiction. Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta are two hitmen who are out to retrieve a suitcase stolen from their employer, mob boss Marcellus Wallace. Wallace has also asked Vincent to take his wife Mia out a few days later when Wallace himself will be out of town. Butch Coolidge is an aging boxer who is paid by Wallace to lose his fight. The lives of these seemingly unrelated people are woven together, comprising of a series of funny, bizarre, and uncalled-for incidents. That sums it up pretty well.
That does sum it up really well.
Yeah.
All right, so favorite character for you?
Probably Samuel L. Jackson.
I really liked his too.
He was hilarious, and he literally had some of the best lines.
He did. He wasn't a huge part of this movie.
He wasn't.
John
thought he
Travolta
was.
actually played a bigger part
Yeah,
than
he
him.
did. I did not see that coming. I thought Samuel L. Jackson was going to play a bigger part.
Yeah, but out of all the lines, Samuel Jackson had the best.
Yeah. I always wonder where, because I've seen like just audios of like Samuel L. Jackson saying, "Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you." I had no idea it was from this movie.
I knew it was from this movie. So I didn't know the like this movie. There are a lot of like quotes and scenes from this that I know,
Yeah.
but didn't realize it came from this movie.
Yeah, like the English mother. Do you speak it? I
Yep.
didn't know it was from this movie.
Yep, exactly. That was one that I was like, oh shit.
That scene when John Travolta enters. Oh my gosh, you're gonna get me for this one. The mob boss's wife,
Mia.
Mia. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'm reference failing you for that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna be really harsh because I'm really freaking behind.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm fine with that. When he first enters her house, and she's like, "Oh, like go ahead, make yourself a drink. I'll be down in a minute." And like he hears like it throughout the house, and she's like, "Oh, it's the PA system." But like his like reaction when he's just like, I always wondered where that meme came from because it's so funny. When
Dude,
people,
I did too. I was just like, that's the meme.
because it like literally fits in almost any situation. Yeah, dude. I don't know. There's like a scene that like I knew it was in this movie, but I did not expect it to be as graphic as it was. Like, holy shit.
Which one? The what, Rose?
It was basically the rape scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can say
I
that.
didn't wanna
Like
come
you
out and
can't
say-
like you can't just make the motion and they can't see this.
Well, in a way, I don't think this motion really works because it's a guy on guy.
It technically works.
Okay.
Yeah. So you knew that was in this?
Well, no. So I didn't know about I knew like how like they get like knocked out and like how like they get tied up and all that stuff. I did not see that like rape scene coming. I was like, oh shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was rough, dude. So when when those hillbillies knocked Bruce Willis, what was his name? Butch
Yeah, Butch.
and Marcellus, when they knocked them out and they took him down in the dungeon, I'm just like, okay, so they're trying to get reward money, and then they took it a little step further, and I was like, oh shit, where's this going? And then they pulled like the dude. I thought it was going to be like a Goonies situation.
I've
the-
actually never seen the Goonies, so
You haven't seen the Goonies?
I know. Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Where do you want to start?
All right, fair enough. No, so when they pulled their dog out woke him up.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, this is like freaking Goonies. And then they pulled that dude out in the freaking leather suit. I was just like, oh shit, this is going somewhere completely different. But, freaking gross.
Yeah, it's extremely gross.
I actually laughed my ass off when Butch was going through the pawn shop and finding stuff
Yeah.
and finding more and more messed up shit until he saw the katana and he's like, yes.
Yeah, doesn't it go from a hammer to a baseball bat
Yeah.
to a chainsaw and then to the...
Dude, I would have done the chainsaw.
I would have too. I would have been... Yeah, I think... Considering what they did, I would have enjoyed using that chainsaw on them. I know
Yeah.
it sounds like really like messed up, and I may be a little bit sick in the head.
The
but-
only hesitation that I would have over the chainsaw is not being able to activate it the first go
Yeah.
and be like, ring, ah, shit.
You've seen the Simpsons movie, right?
No.
You've never seen the Simpsons movie?
No, I wasn't allowed to watch Simpsons.
Ah,
I
so
never got into it.
Dude, we gotta watch it then. We gotta watch it. There's a scene where the whole town is literally attacking the Simpsons home. And they're like trying to break down the door, and Homer's like, "Stand back! I got a chainsaw!" And he's like making these like noises, and like it's like they're like reaching their hand through the door, and like they just stop and pull out, and like all of them like look through with their eyes to see if he actually really does. He's like, "Oh shit!" But, yeah.
So, least favorite character. I had a really hard time picking. I still don't like my
Dude,
decision.
I don't even know if I have a least favorite character.
It's kind of hard to do.
Probably those two hillbillies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to say the same thing. They were my least favorite, but they did add something to the story.
Yeah. I mean, not in a great way.
No, not a they didn't add a great thing. They just added stuff to it.
Yeah,
All the others are just like really minor characters.
true.
So this one's an interesting question because of how the movie was put through. How or who's the most important? Yeah, an interesting question, huh?
Shit.
Like, I'm trying to think of who contributed most to the story, and I want to say Samuel Jackson's
That's what I'm
character.
thinking, too.
His what was his name? Jules.
Yep, Jules.
And I
'Cause
was
at the
also
end it
thinking
with-
Vincent.
Yeah, I don't know, because at the end, like, with Samuel Jackson at the end is, like, kind of like the reason why the circle, or the story becomes full circle. Because, like, the beginning becomes the end as well.
It does, huh?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I did not see that coming.
I love how non-linear that this movie is, but it still made sense.
It did. It really did.
Like, I wasn't confused during any of... Like, I was confused about what was going on and why it was going on,
Yeah.
but I was never confused as to where, like, how the story was progressing.
Yeah. There was not one moment in this movie that I got bored. I was completely invested throughout the entire movie.
Yeah. Second time, I was still invested,
Okay.
and
I gotta
usually
watch
I'm
it again.
not.
Yeah.
At least
I gotta
with
watch it
how
again.
close together my viewings were, I'm usually kind of will push it off to the side or
Yeah.
play it on my phone. The first time I watched it, I did watch it on my phone, and I tried doing work, but then I was just super like into this. So I don't know who would be the most important. Maybe Butch?
Yeah, Butch might be it. I don't know. Like, it's kind of like hard to like narrow it down to like just one main character being the one that is the most important to the story. Because I feel like
There
with this
really
movie-
wasn't a main character though.
No, I feel it could be those three: John Travolta, Bruce Willis, and Samuel L. Jackson.
Mhm.
I think those three are the biggest characters in this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't think I can really narrow it down to one. I'd have to say those three.
Yep. And I don't really think I think the same with the least important. I didn't think there was anyone that wasn't.
No. And I mean, like, you could say, like, you can't really say Bruce Willis's girlfriend because she's still, even though in little ways, she still moved the story along.
She did.
Yeah.
Like, I consider messing up like she did contributing to the story.
Did, yeah. Because if she didn't, John Travolta wouldn't have,
Again, people cannot see what you
I
just
know, but spoiler alert, John Travolta dies. And that took me
This
off
is an
guard.
old movie. If you haven't seen the movie, I mean, we hadn't seen it,
Yeah.
so but
So
we've
we
been
really
living
can't
under
say
a
anything.
rock apparently because this
Yeah.
movie was amazing.
Yeah. And he goes out in, like, a violent way, like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
How many times does Bruce Willis shoot him?
He freaking unloads.
Damn.
Yeah, I had a really hard. I can't pick a least important character,
I can't either.
but it's the same. I can't pick a most important either because they all contributed to the story in their own way.
Yeah.
Um.
This just proves how good this movie is.
Exactly. So the storytelling in this. Now that we're just passing the most and least important,
Yeah.
the storytelling in this was pretty good.
It was.
So it starts off with this couple talking about different places that are like hard to rob and why they're hard. And that didn't make a whole lot of sense until the very end.
Yeah. But it was interesting, like, what he was bringing up, like, how, like, someone robbed a bank with just, like, a phone saying that they were holding someone captive and if they didn't give them the money, it was going to happen. Just, like, how he's like, people can rob a bank with a freaking phone nowadays. Like, how crazy is that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't need a gun anymore. I'm just like, yeah, damn, you're right. I mean, I don't know about now. I don't know if it's, like, the same thing really nowadays. Like,
You probably could.
yeah.
Like, that'd be a... I was going to say that'd be a cool social experiment, but that wouldn't go over well
Yeah,
at all.
No. But I don't know about you, but if I'm going to rob a place, I don't care how, like, what time of year it was or what year it was, I'm still going to wear a mask or something to hide my identity. I could not just, like, literally just rob a place and, like, everyone see my face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've seen Going in Style, right? Like, the remake?
I have not seen that yet.
You haven't? Didn't
No.
I send you the code?
You did.
Okay.
I haven't watched
Dude,
it yet.
Watch it.
Okay.
I really enjoy that one. But it's interesting because like even though they're old and they get like tips from a guy that's actually robbed banks, like they still wear masks. Like they're still like putting care into their robbery. I forget like who they go as, but like they go as like Frank Sinatra and I forget the other two, but it's like freaking hilarious.
Yeah, but this couple is freaking out of their freaking mind.
Yeah, especially the girl. I can't remember what else I've seen her in.
I can't either. What was her name? I have the cast list up. Amanda Plummer. She is an actress. Duh.
You don't
She's
say.
been in Hunger Games Catching Fire.
Oh, she was Wirus.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's who she was. Yeah, she was
She was great.
crazy.
I mean, she wasn't in it a lot, but that's how Wirus really was in the book. But she did a great job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There were so many people, big names in this movie.
I did not expect to see Quentin Tarantino making a cameo in his own movie. That was awesome. And his cameo was great.
Dude, I didn't know who was in this at first.
Yeah.
So when I saw Quentin, I was like, what? John Travolta and Samuel Jackson I knew.
Yeah, those are the only two I knew. Like, I didn't know Tim Roth was in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he freaking blew my mind. Bruce Willis, I was like, they freaking got everyone.
Right?
Uma Thurman.
Yep.
And I actually just finished watching Kill Bill.
I still have not
Both
seen
of
that.
them.
How are they?
They're good.
Okay.
But
Check them out.
I don't know what it is with Quentin Tarantino movies that she's in. She gets like beat to shit. Or like messy. She's not afraid to get freaking dirty.
Yeah, I did not expect to see that. Like, after she snorted that stuff and just, like, all of a sudden, like, her nose and, like, her, like, fidgeting. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
She's an amazing physical actress.
She really is.
Like, you need to watch Kill Bill because her performance in that is crazy. Kill Bill, 100% over the top. Like, super duper over the top.
I feel if they pull it off, though, it works well.
It does. I don't know what it is, but like all this shit that I'm like, you only see that in comic books. It worked. Nothing felt like there were some things that felt a little like out of the realm of belief.
Yeah.
But most of it was really well within.
Yeah.
And it was like, I still knew it was over the top. I'm like, yeah, like, you know how much shit you'd have to do to pull that off? Especially the blood.
I feel like you could add, like, give Quentin Tarantino, like, anything and he could make it work.
He wants to make a Star Trek movie.
I'm down. I'll see anything that man makes.
Yeah. I need to go through like a list of.
I do too. Because didn't he make The Hateful Eight? Is that Quentin Tarantino?
I think so. I want to say yes.
I sadly haven't seen that. And I haven't seen Django Unchained either.
Django's really good.
And I own that.
Gosh damn it.
I know, right?
You gotta watch Django. We need to have like a Quentin month.
We do. We really do.
Where
we gotta
we
have
just
like a classic like movie month where we just watch nothing but like classic movies we haven't seen.
Yeah. We need to get a list of that first.
Yes, we do.
So after that, it kind of follows the story of Vincent after the whole diner robbery thing.
Yep.
Kind of follows the story of Vincent. And it's kind of cool how they just kind of show up to that bar, to Marcellus's bar, in the weird clothes.
Yeah, and it's not explained until the end of why they're wearing that.
Yeah, like I have that. Like I seriously thought that they just weren't going to address it.
I did too.
I was like, okay, I guess this is just how it is.
Yeah.
Like, what happened in their whatever. But Samuel Jackson, so they are on this mission to go retrieve this briefcase from these early, like, really young adults.
Yeah.
They look in their, like, maybe mid-early 20s.
I don't know. They kind of look like they just. Some of them looked like they just like barely started college.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got too. But you get probably the best scenes from Samuel Jackson.
Yes.
In this, where they're questioning the guy. They answer their questions and then they just shoot him up, and you get like his Bible quote,
which was awesome.
Oh, so good. You get to see the briefcase. We never get to see what's in the briefcase.
Nope, we don't.
We just see it shine, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, like, I love that because you can just imagine anything in that place. Like, I was thinking gold bars. Like, what were you thinking?
I was thinking money. Just money.
Just money?
Yeah. I
Like,
don't know. My mind doesn't really wander a lot, apparently.
Like, that's what I was thinking with the shining and everything.
That can make sense. But I mean, how many are we talking here? Because like Samuel Jackson was kind of carrying that like it was nothing.
Yeah. Shit. Maybe coins?
That could work. Yeah, wouldn't you hear that when they're like walking into the bar?
You're making me
I'm
question
sorry,
too much
I'm like
stuff.
ruining all this for you. I
Yeah, like
apologize.
you can overanalyze this like no man's business.
Yeah, you could.
It's crazy. You never get to hear or see what's in it.
No. I'm sure Quentin Tarantino planned it like that.
So Samuel Jackson, his quote is Ezekiel 25:17, which is a Bible verse, and I have the quote.
Sweet.
And it says, "The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he in the name of charity and goodwill, shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness." There was a lot more to that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children, and I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And there's still more. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay down my vengeance upon thee. I do not do that quote justice at all.
No, that's not your fault. It's Samuel Jackson's.
Yeah,
I mean,
he makes that line iconic.
I could not remember that line to save my life.
I know.
You'd have to give
Like,
me a
I don't
couple
even want to
weeks.
try
Yeah.
because of how perfect he delivers it. And
Yeah.
he delivers it a couple times in this.
He does.
And I don't know which version I like better.
I don't know. Probably, I think I like the first one better. The first one, just because like literally, after they just unload on the guys, I'm just like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my TV pretty loud, and like when like back in those days, like gunshots were like echoed like really really loud in movies. So when like they start showing, I'm like, oh shit, it's like, not expect it to be that loud.
Yeah, there were definitely some audio things that could have been fixed.
Yeah.
Like some equalization somewhere. But we kind of, so like I said, it follows Vincent's story through that. You get to see Butch, Bruce Willis's character apparently owes Marcellus some money. Or he's supposed to throw a fight. And he said, like, he agrees to it and everything, leaves. Then Marcellus is apparently leaving and wants Vincent to take Mia, his wife, out on the town.
Yeah. Show her a good time so she's not lonely.
Yeah. Which, if I was a boss, hell to the frickin' no.
Yeah.
Because apparently the last dude that did that got just disappeared. And I think Vincent knew that and was just as worried.
I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, no shit. But he has the heroin in his pocket.
Yep.
Or I assume it's heroin.
I would believe so.
It looked like it. I don't know how drugs work.
I just don't know my drugs. So
By sight.
yeah.
They do get this really cool to this like bar. Do
Yeah,
a twist.
dude, that was awesome.
Right? Like I would love to go to a place
Yeah.
like that.
There's kind of a place like that in California if you ever get it. Well, oh wait, no, I think I've already asked if you've been there. Ruby's?
Ruby's?
Yeah.
Off the dock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of like that?
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
It's the style. There's a lot of
As far as
like diners that have that
as
style,
far as I remember.
but not like a freaking stage in the middle where they're doing classic 60s singers.
Well, they need to bring that shit back.
No kidding, dude. I would be there like every day.
Yeah, I know. Dude, Ruby's should bring that. I would love to see Ruby's do that.
That'd be awesome. You got the twist competition. They apparently won. Or whatever.
I wanted to see other people dance.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
Like, they usually don't have just 2 people, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
This is just nitpicking.
Yeah, it is.
They get the trophy. They go home. She asks for him if he wants a drink. He goes in the bathroom to kind of talk himself out of sleeping with her, I guess.
Yeah.
And she
basically.
snorts his heroin, which I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do.
No, you're not.
And she starts to OD. And he takes her to his drug dealer's house.
And this scene, when they're like getting ready to shoot her with the adrenaline, I probably like laugh the most at the line that the drug dealer says, because he's like, okay, like he draws like the thing on it, and he's like, okay, what happens after I stab it into her chest? He's like, well, I'm curious myself.
Dude, I was laughing that entire scene. I laughed when Vincent was on the phone with him, and he's like, hey, I'm bringing this chick to your house. She's OD'd. And he's like, don't bring her to my house.
It's like, just suck it up, take what's going to happen, and take her to a hospital.
Oh my gosh. That whole scene was just
It
really
was.
well done.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like, it was real. Like, I could see something like that actually happening.
I could totally too.
Like, I was trying to put myself in Vincent's place, and that is pretty much exactly how I'd react.
Yeah. Me too.
Great acting from everyone.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman, that scene is pretty much like, just imagine that scene, how sweaty she was and how like dirty.
Yeah, right?
That's pretty much how she is throughout the entire Kill Bill movie.
Really?
Yeah.
So
She's intense.
do you know what year this is supposed to take place in? Did you?
I don't know.
Okay, because I want to know like when it was stopped that like literally you could smoke anywhere. Because like that like literally them being able to smoke in restaurants and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, I totally forgot that they were able to do that.
Mm-hmm. I want to say that stopped in the 80s.
This is 80s. Okay.
So maybe this was like a 70s.
Okay. I could see that.
I'm guessing late 70s, early 80s for when
Okay.
this movie took place.
All right. Yeah, I could see that.
Because Vincent was super into the 60s,
Yeah.
but he was still pretty young. I mean, you can call John Travolta old or young, so I'm guessing 80s.
I mean, by his hair, he looked young.
Yeah. So my guess is early 80s.
Okay. All right.
That's an interesting thing. We'll have to look that up when
Yeah.
smoking actually stopped happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Trying to think of the next big scene. After that, it kind of jumps to Jules' story, in a way. They start shooting up the place, or it cuts back to them in that apartment shooting up. Then there's the dude in the bathroom with the gun, and he comes out, shoots up everywhere. Oh wait, I skipped a scene. It was the stuff with Butch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because his story is like literally the whole half, the middle of the movie.
Yep.
That's literally all him.
Yeah. So his scenes, he skipped, or he doesn't throw the fight. He actually ends up killing the other dude.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
And then Marcellus paid him off to lose the fight, so he thinks Marcellus is after him, which he is. And then you kind of get this cutscene that was kind of out of nowhere with him as a kid. And
Oh yeah, and then like Christopher Walken is the soldier that gives him the watch.
yep, dude, I was like, oh, this is a really nice story, and then he's like, he hit it in his ass, and I'm like, okay, You ever heard of too much information?
Yeah, right. If I
Like
was
this kid's like what, 6, 7?
Yeah.
You don't tell him that his dad hid this watch in his ass, and
If I
then
was the
that
kid,
you
I'd be
had to
like-
hide the watch in your ass.
If I was a kid, I'd be like, you know what? I think I'm good.
You keep the watch.
Yeah. Seems like it has a lot more emotional value to you.
I thought that they were going to take this the route that Christopher Walken's character and Butch's dad were like lovers while they were in prison together.
Really?
Yeah, because he's like, your father and I were really close. And I'm like, oh shit. Like,
did
this
not
is
think
going to
that.
get personal real quick.
I did not think that.
I thought that at
No,
first.
that's a good
and
way
then,
to think.
yeah, I was like, oh shit. Like, this is going to get really messed up for this kid. But no, he took it like a sweet route with the watch. And I'm like, oh. And then he's like, and I had to hide it in my ass. I'm like, ah, great.
You lost me. You lost me.
Yep. Like, you're freaking going to scar this kid for life.
Right?
Which was great. Then it cuts to Butch running into, like, older Butch, Bruce Willis, running into kind of a motel with his French wife.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so French wife.
I totally forgot her name.
I forgot her name too. But I knew that she was supposed to be learning Spanish and wasn't.
No.
But Bruce Willis's character starts asking about the watch and figures out that she left it at their place, and he goes to go get it. And apparently everyone like underestimates him. And he walks in, finds the watch and everything, goes into the kitchen to grab like some Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, he legit starts making himself some Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, no, get it and get out.
Yeah, right?
And he sees the freaking Uzi on the counter while he's eating his Pop-Tart, looks over and like here's the toilet flush, grabs the gun. Vincent walks out. And the look on his face, dude. Like, John Travolta totally pulled off the, oh shit, I made a mistake face really,
He did.
really well.
He really did.
Ugh. And then they shoot him up, and then they kind of leave it at that. They don't
Yeah.
make a huge deal out of it or anything.
Nope. Yeah, that was it.
Why do you think that?
I
Like-
don't know, because like Marcelo doesn't even mention him at all. Nothing.
Well, he runs into Marcelo
Well, I mean, well,
later, but so Marcelo didn't really have time enough
that's
to learn.
true. That's a good point.
So I don't know why they wouldn't
At least like
make a bigger deal of it.
yeah.
Maybe because it's just kind of how it is. Like, none of the deaths in this were like a really big deal.
No, they weren't.
The only big deal one was the kid that Vincent blew his brains out in the back of the car.
Doing that, I'm like, damn.
Dude, I love how nonchalantly they were just talking about it. They're
I
just
know.
like, it was an accident.
You must have like went over a bump or something and it just slipped. I'm sorry, man.
I think we can skip over the crazy shit that happened with the hillbillies and Butch and
Yeah.
Marcellus.
Yeah.
I don't see the necessity for that.
I didn't either.
I have a hard.
I don't
like-
know, the-
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. No, the only like necessity I saw is it gave a reason for like Marcellus to basically forgive Bruce Willis's character, and say, oh, you know, like we're good. You don't owe me anything. Just get out of town. And it also gave Butch the reason that like, oh, you know, hey, like I need to get out of town, and like this kind of like ends my chapter in this movie. That's really all I saw it as.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I feel that there was maybe a easier way to go about that.
Oh yeah, there definitely
But-
was. But
If you're going for the best possible reason, like the hardest, like set in stone reason that Marcellus would let Butch go,
yeah.
that's probably the best way you could go.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I feel you could have done something a little softer.
Not something so rated R, even though the movie is rated R.
Yeah. Quentin Tarantino has a thing with katanas.
He does. Yeah, he really does. I wonder if like, I don't know, like
Maybe he just
the
likes 'em.
Western version of a katana is used in the Hateful Eight. I don't know.
Yeah, because
That-
he uses one in Kill Bill.
Yep.
There's one in this, and I'm trying to think of other movies he's made. If there's
he
any
did
other.
Django Unchained, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was there a somewhat weapon that was close to that in that one?
Not that I remember.
Oh damn.
But yeah, but anyway. Quentin's a really good storyteller.
He is. I hate that like I haven't seen a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
Like it honestly irks me.
Like 100% we need to make a month or whatever of
Yeah.
nothing but Tarantino.
I'm down. Because this guy is remarkable.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool to watch all of his and do a showdown of all of his movies.
I'm down. How many are there?
I have no idea, and now that I say that, I hope there's not a lot.
Knowing our luck, there probably is.
So, Pulp Fiction, Hateful Eight, Django, Inglorious Bastards, Kill Bill, Reservoir Dogs, and my data just died. So,
Let me help you out there, man.
yeah, my data just shit out on me.
Hey, mine does that all the time. Basically every day. All right, let's see. Quentin Tarantino movies.
So, what did you? I loved after they blew that one kid's brains out in the car,
Yeah.
the cleanup process. That was
I-
hilarious.
I love how John Travolta was kind of like a smartass. He's like, please would be nice. He's like, excuse me? Well, I mean, like when someone tells me to do something, I'd like them to say please. He's like, I'm not here to like literally just be like, oh, can you please do this and all this stuff. No, I'm here to help you and get you guys out of the sticky situation. So if you don't appreciate that, best luck to you and F off. I'm like, shit, okay.
Yeah, I felt the exact like. I thought he was being a complete and utter dick, but it kind of justified things that he was doing in the
Yeah.
earlier scenes.
He did Sin City? He's probably like a producer because Robert Rodriguez directed that, didn't he?
I don't know.
Uh,
Like I said, I'm not super well versed in Tarantino.
right. Yeah, so. So it was directed by 3 people, Sin City. Frank Miller, Robert Rodriguez, and then the special guest director was Quentin Tarantino. Special guest director? That's a new title for me.
Yeah, that's different. How do you have a special guest director?
Huh.
That should have been the title Joss Whedon got for Justice League.
Yeah, I know, right? I think literally you said all these, though. Like, his most well-known. He did Little Nicky. What?
I don't know what Little Nicky is.
It's best you don't.
Is it a bad movie?
It's not awful. It's if you're looking at like Adam Sandler's like newer movies, it's definitely one of his more funny ones. But it's not great. Okay, what did he have to do with this movie? It doesn't even say what he had to do with it.
I think IMDb is going to be your best.
He probably like wanted his name taken off of the movie.
Dude, I would. All right, so I got his IMDb up.
Okay.
All filmography. And director. So he's directed 21 movies.
Damn.
So Hateful Eight. He has a couple new ones that are coming out soon. But Hateful Eight, Django, Kill Bill, Inglourious Bastards, Death Proof, Grindhouse, a couple episodes of CSI, Sin City. Apparently he directed Jimmy Kimmel Live. Kill Bill Volume 2, Kill Bill Volume 1. That's weird.
What?
Kill Bill The Whole Bloody Affair. I think those are just the two Kill Bills combined. Jackie Brown, Four Rooms, an episode of ER, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, My Best Friend's Birthday. His might be a weird one to do. We'll figure that out.
Have you seen Inglourious Bastards?
No.
See, this is how much I suck. I was told by the coworker that I was giving shit for, my buddy JC, for not seeing Pulp Fiction. I was told by him and another coworker to watch Inglourious Bastards like 2 or 3 years ago, and I bought it, but I never got around to watching it. What is wrong with me?
You're a hoarder.
Yeah, exactly. I'll buy the movie, but I'll never watch it.
That's funny.
I'm awful.
Tell your buddies that. It's like, I'll buy it, but I'm not going to watch it. My favorite scene from this movie is at the very end when they're back in the diner, when it comes full circle.
That was an awesome scene. And just like the way that Samuel L. Jackson talks to Tim Roth's character, is like he's very understanding, but at the same time he's like, if I could, I would literally shoot your brains out right now, but I'm trying to like get out of like the type of business that I'm in, so it's your lucky day, buddy.
I loved him. This is why I have a hard time figuring out when he was quoting the Ezekiel verse.
Yeah.
Which one I liked better. Because when he said it, he was explaining the verse. And like their roles and what he thinks that their roles are supposed to be or what they are. And really calm. I loved when he was trying to calm down what was her name? Honey?
Yeah.
Or
Well, that was
Yolanda was her name, I think.
I think so. I can't remember.
And the way he was telling her to calm down.
Yeah.
And then telling Tim Roth's character to tell her to calm down.
It's like,
when
no, keep the gun pointed at me. Keep the gun pointed at me.
When Vincent came out of the bathroom, holy shit, dude! That scene reminded me if me and Bronson were to be in that business, he would be the irrational Vincent one, and I'd be the one trying to calm people down so people don't get shot.
Yep.
And then Bronson would come out and be freaking out, and I'd be like, Yolanda, calm down. All right, bring the gun back over here. And then when she does calm down, he's just like, I'm proud of you, Yolanda. Tell her you're proud of her. And he's like, I'm proud of you, honey bunny. I loved the wallet.
Oh, yeah.
Bad mother effer.
That was great.
When they took the money out and it was $1,500. That's the scene that reminded me of Bronson, where if I were to give up that much money to someone and say all right, you can take that, and I think you made it out pretty good, don't you think? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, if you let him get out with $1,500, I have to shoot them on principle. And then the girl freaks out, and he's like, Vincent, shut the F up. That would be me and Bronson. No freaking doubt.
It really would. That's the funniest part.
the movie kind of ended a little abruptly, but it made sense for me.
Yeah, it ends like in a way in the past, not in the present,
Right.
and I don't know, I feel it worked.
Like honestly, I thought the movie was going to end when Butch and his wife rode off,
That's what I thought too.
but they made it come full circle and explained a whole lot of stuff, like why they're in the funky clothes.
Like you said earlier, like you didn't think that they were gonna explain it, that they were just gonna brush over it, but I'm glad that they did explain why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to know what the writing process was for this movie and what Quentin, like, I just want to know the process of this. Was this written as a linear story, and then Quentin was just like, all right, well, we're cutting this, putting this here, cutting this, putting this there, and then, like, cutting the end of this scene and putting it at the end of the movie? Like, I want to know if that's what he did, or if it was written that way, or what, because it was really well done.
It really was.
I had zero problems following the story.
Yeah, I didn't either. I literally have no problems with this movie, and if there really is any, they're just nitpicks.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with the story
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. It's
Like
a great movie. It really is.
Like the only thing that I feel was wrong with it was that Mia and Vincent were dancing alone instead of like with a group of people.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing
Yeah.
that I feel wrong with it.
Like really nitpicking.
Yeah, that's like a super nitpick.
Yeah.
Well, I think my rating's going to be fairly high for this. What about yours?
Mine too. Like perfect score.
I'm giving it an A.
Me too.
A really hard A. It's not close to being an A minus at all.
It's strictly a hard A.
Yeah. Like I think if it was like a number, it'd probably be like above 98 for me.
Like a 99? 99.5?
Like I said, above a 98.
Okay.
So anywhere above a 98.
All right. Okay.
Because I think an A minus is 90.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a very strong A.
Same here. Absolute same.
Probably one of the strongest I've given.
Me too.
Like I'd have to go through, and I think the only one that I feel is as strong. Actually, no, it wasn't. I was thinking Logan because I gave Logan an A, but I think this was better than Logan.
It was. This is. I don't know. This is like one of the like very rare movies that I think is close to, if not deserving of a 100%.
Mm-hmm. This is watching it. I was super bummed out that I didn't watch it earlier.
Oh yeah, me too. I kick myself for not seeing this years ago.
Yeah. I mean, that, and I see why it's an instant classic. And
Me too.
for a movie that's fairly old, like, let me see how old it is.
I want to say it came out in the 90s, didn't it?
Pulp Fiction came out in 1994,
Oh, hey, year before I was born.
2 years before I was born. 1994. I've seen
Damn.
movies from 1994, like other movies, and they're boring. This is
Yeah.
like a timeless movie.
It is. It really is.
Like this is one that I want to watch at least once a year from now on
Same.
because it's just that good.
I don't know if it will ever get it, but I really hope that this one gets a 4K release. I'd be interested to see how they can transfer it to 4K.
That'd be interesting for sure. Yeah, for a movie that old, like you got to give it props. It aged really well.
It did. Like, top notch.
Like I can't think of a movie off the top of my head that aged as well as this.
I can't either. I mean, there's like some that like I think have, but like some other people don't. But I feel like this one is kind of like hard to argue that that it hasn't. It doesn't age well.
Like, which ones are you thinking?
Um, so one to me that I think ages well is Halloween, the original. But some
When did that one come out?
1978.
Okay, then yeah, that one aged really well.
Okay, so you agree? Like some people
Because
think
I
that,
didn't watch it till last year.
No, I think we watched it like before. Didn't we watch it like 2016, 2017?
It was a while ago,
Okay.
but yeah, that with how old that is.
Yeah, it does age well, and like many people said, like, oh, you can totally tell it was made in the 70s. You know, it's really not that scary, and you know, it's also it's like I completely disagree. I think it still is scary, but I still get where you're coming from. That it's not like the scares that you're expecting nowadays. Like what?
No, those were like classic.
What you
They're not jump scares like today
No.
horror movies.
What
This one's like terror.
Yeah. What I love, and I think John Carpenter said this about the new Halloween movie too, is with like the original one, what they tried to do with the music is usually in movies, the music doesn't start to kick in until like it's kind of like full on into the scene, whereas like the music in Halloween was what scared you because all of a sudden when Michael Myers is about to like stab someone, it like kicks in, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that one aged pretty well. I will say I feel this one aged better.
I can agree. What about Ghostbusters, the original?
When did that one come out?
The 80s, I think.
The
Let me see.
80s? If
Yeah.
it came out in the 80s, that one aged really well too.
The only thing I don't think that aged well. I mean, I still think they look good. Is like the CGI on like the terror dog, like when he's like when it's jumping, that doesn't look the best anymore. But other than that, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man still looks great, and I still think like the Proton Strings look great.
Yeah.
Let's see. I love when you search Ghostbusters now, the reboot pops up, not the original. I'm like, okay. 1984.
1984. Yeah, that one aged really well. Like those dogs were a little crappy, but I feel the sci-fi movies like Ghostbusters, those ones have a little bit of a harder time aging.
They do. I would agree.
Like I feel even further down the road that it's going to be a little bit rougher to watch with the advancement of CGI and everything.
Yeah. Whereas like with movies like Halloween, it's literally just a guy using a knife. There's no CGI required.
Yeah. Like at some point, I feel like Halloween's going to out age Ghostbusters. But I don't think, like with this one's kind of set in reality. No special effects really needed.
No.
But I think this one's going to be a timeless movie.
I completely agree.
Forever. I mean, it's already a timeless movie.
Yeah, it really is.
But I want to watch. Obviously, I've been wanting to watch that for a really long time. Super glad that I did. The other one that I hear I need to watch is Reservoir Dogs.
I've heard the same. I'd say my top three, or actually top four, is Reservoir Dogs, Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained, and The Hateful Eight. Those are the four main Tarantino movies I really need to watch.
Need to add Kill Bill to that list.
Okay, 5. Well, should be 6 with Volume 2.
Technically.
Okay. So 6 it is.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up, don't you think?
I'd say so. Perfect
Cool.
movie. Practically perfect in every way.
All right. Well, that concludes this main event of the evening. Our fail count. I was only able to get 1 point out of Rose today. We are still 16 to 10. Or we're 16 to 10 now in Rose's favor.
I might be able to get me next week with Spiderman. We'll see.
'Tis true. 'Tis true. Yeah, so next week 100%. Like, I know we told you we're not going to tell you what we're doing the next week anymore. But next week we're going to be doing a breakdown of Spider-Man PS4 for our 50th episode. And
It's gonna be good.
damn right, it's going to be good. Yeah, so you guys can look forward to that next week. Until then, if you liked this episode and want to hear more, you could keep caught up with us. You can you can subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. We're on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Radio Public. We're on Spotify. If you search us by the episode name, our content also gets uploaded to YouTube, and we also have hunting videos that are on your way. We're going to become a little bit more consistent with that.
Yeah.
You can follow us on social media on Facebook.com/TheAllBros or on Twitter @TheAllBros. I don't really post a whole ton. I just kind of post when the episode gets released.
It works.
Yeah, that's all I really do. Once we start hearing from people, so this one's on you guys. Once we start hearing from people, I think we'll start doing like a question of the week
All right.
or something that kind of leads into what we're going to be talking about
Yeah.
the next episode. Because I know now, or some podcasts, their question of the week is kind of about what they talked about that episode. And they're like, "What did you think of this?" But I think it'd be cool if we did ours about the next episode once we figured out what it's going to be about.
I agree.
If you have anything you want us to discuss, any comments, any critiques, pretty much anything you want to tell us, like, we'll read anything.
Yeah, we will.
The only thing we won't read out loud is like the F word.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, we'll read anything. If it's positive, if it's negative, whatever.
Yep.
Like, come at me, bro. Yeah, if you have anything you want us to discuss in the next episode, or if you want to suggest a movie that we should watch and maybe do a breakdown of, you can email us at theallbroschannel@gmail.com, or you can fill out the form on our website, tinyurl.com/theallbros. And we hope to hear from you guys. So until next time, he is Johnny Rose.
And he is Caleb E. Albers. I don't know.
What?
Nothing sounds cool when it comes to your name. Like Johnny Rose works, but I can't make Caleb Albers work. Like, do you want Caleb-y?
No!
Kolob Albers?
Just call me Albers.
Okay, Albers. There you go. Sorry. I was
Bloody
trying,
hell.
just trying to add a little pizzazz to your name.
My name doesn't do pizzazz.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
I don't know what to do with you.
Most people don't.
All right, well, we'll catch you guys next week. Deuces.
Bye.